Jacob, usually when Edomites kill Jacob get off. They just spawned him and they got out, so it was a surprise.
No, I mean, they got their punishment. I don't even think they deserve to go to jail because they got their ass. They paid for that.
This axe.
I don't think they deserve. No, let them go.
How many lumps you want?
Let them walk in shame. That's the biggest punishment. Walking in shame because they got a store in Selma, Alabama, that's not going to be patronize that business anymore. So they suffer. Trust me. I saw them pictures. They were swollen up.
They got a big case of the lumps.
And you know what happened after that? After that beat, they went to a hospital in Montgomery. They got mad because all the hospital staff was black. So they called the police because the hospital staff was black. And the police told them, you can receive here or you go to another hospital. And they left. Like I said, you can't beat it out on the only way to get rid of racism is to get rid of Esau. That's it. That's the only way to get rid of racism. He keeps that fire burning, man.
If it was up to us, though, we would live peacefully among them. A lot of Jakes be like, yeah, we'll live peacefully among Esau. Why don't you do that? But it's just not going to be the case. You don't find something to do with you. That's how it is.
Yeah, the Lord had to lit up that fire. Have Jake wake up again.
Because a warlike people, genocidal, violent race, man. Jake is not like that. Like in Genesis, Jacob dwelled in tents. He was chilling. Esau out there trying to torture animals and everything, man, in the woods.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, it says in Genesis 49, Judas is lion's will. He shall rise him up. So right now, Judas been pacified, but now the Lord's probably using that instant, like you said, to rise him up.
It's a starting point, you know. You ain't gonna come together like that. It's not prophesied for all of you to come together right now, but it's starting to wake up people that the Lord probably wants to wake up in the latter days. You know, everybody don't wake up at the same time. So, I mean, I hope that we can use this as something positive, you know, and not look at it in a carnal way, because I already know, Jay, I know you want that lick back, that get back, but hey, it's all in the Lord's timing, bro.
Yeah, you got to get it spiritually. But before we begin, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to YAHWH, by AHSHUR, by AHSHAWAR, the bonds of the apostles, the bonds of the elders, the great most known we well, touch the truth. Much respect to the brothers out there who speaks his word, the truth, and sincerity to our Lord and earth. Tabernacle David, hope elected, and spread the word once in Shalom.
Shalom.
So as you heard right before we officially started, you know, we was talking about what happened in Montgomery, Alabama, and Jake is waking up, man. The Lord had to use that. You know, a lot of Jakes already knew, but the Lord had to use that. You know, I see it in a spiritual sense, like we was talking earlier, to get Jake back together, get their head right, head screwed right. You know, and for that elect that the Lord wants to wake them up and realize who their true unity is. As I said earlier, I don't know if it was on tape or not, but as I said earlier, you know, those Edomites that got the big case of the lumps, they were part of the KKK. All right, so they deserve that. And guess what? More and more is going to happen to them when they get thrown into slavery. All right, that's what we really want. That's what we're really waiting for, is for them to be put into slavery. We got to wait for the Lord. Now, Jake, as you read in the scriptures, he's going to be terror unto Babylon. So you may see a lot of Jakes that's waking up in these last days, and they're going to move carnally and give a lot of these Edomites case of the lumps in these last days. But we want to wait for the Lord spiritually, for the Lord to raise us up and give us that spiritual power. So when Edom comes up against us, when he tries to touch the apple of the Lord's eye, his prophets, that's when we won't put hands on Edom. Right now, you're supposed to stay spiritual at all times. Man. Go ahead and get some scriptures.
I got something, like TV. I got that for the scripture first before I find this idea.
I got it. Y'all good with it?
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
This is land back on what the brother just said about how we're gonna wait on the Lord. Hopefully let be given spiritual power, not be carnal in this time. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishes, says the Lord, and they shall fish them, and after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. So, I mean, that includes large government, small government, the bunkers, ain't no running here. The Lord has covered all the bases, because he knows how you think. So, it ain't gonna be no running. That go for you Jakes too, 2/3 Jakes. Y'all don't get the business too if y'all don't get y'all mind right. But it's prophesied that the 2/3 they gonna be in there alive. So, but I would say this about that incident that went down on the riverfront. It's like I was playing this brother on the way here. They got lucky because of the fact that those people that fought back was at work on their job and not in the streets, because they would have got chopped up real quick with guns. I've been in Montgomery. I'm very familiar with Montgomery. There's still a lot of racial tension down there that has not healed. Think about it. That's the place where Dr. King's preached that. They marched that. That's where they got the fire hoses put on. That's where they got the dogs sicked on. There, Birmingham, Selma, all them places, man. That place has not healed. There's still racial tension down there. Those Edomites obviously didn't know where they was. That river, that very river was the Alabama River. And there was a major slave trade route, yeah. So they don't know. They poured salt in the open wound. And they paid for it. So I don't think they should go to jail because they got their ass handed to them. And let them walk in shame. Let their store not be patronized and lose business. The Lord know how to hit you. You don't have to go to jail for the Lord to hurt you. It's like they got their ass beat on that waterfront in front of, and it went viral real quick. It happened the same weekend I was down there. We had
I was thinking about that.
Yeah, we was down there the same weekend, man. You just don't know the pride them people in the dirty South is feeling right now. And it's a good thing, because it's showing these Edomites that you can be touched. Your unrighteous decrees will not save you all the time. And I seen a meme that made that very point. You Edomites can go to other countries and take out so-called evil terrorists, but you can't even eradicate the KKK out of your own country. That's because some of the police is the KKK, some of the fire department, some of the judges, some of the lawyers. That's why they put on masks and go out at night, because they don't want to be seen. The devil love the dog. That's why he ride at night. Gonna put a cross in your yard. Where does it say in the Bible if you don't believe in a false idol to murder them? It doesn't. Esau made that shit up. That was his reasoning for murder. Right out, bro, still getting judged. Come on, green light. Come on, light. Don't look at these brothers. Don't get up on that shit. That's why they smashed out.
Says he was a murderer from the beginning.
That shows you how much of a bitch Esau is, man. He always trying to jump somebody. If they don't got their people with them, if they don't got weapons, they don't got no defense physically, they ain't gonna one-on-one you. They gonna try to jump you or use a gun or use whatever else they got. They ain't something else to go one-on-one against you.
That's why they like to catch you slipping at 3, 4 in the morning, man, whether it be the police or the KKK. They come in the same way. They gotta outgun you. They gotta outman you. It's never a fair fight with this dude because he knows who's the weaker vessel. He knows that Jake is naturally stronger than him. That's why he got to have some type of advantage before he come at you.
That's what he did in the land of Egypt when we came out of Egypt. That's why the scriptures speak of, remember Amalek, what he had did, because he was the first of the nation. He came up against us and attacked the weak, the young, the old.
He attacked from behind.
Yeah, behind. Yep.
I got Isaiah 19, in verse 17, it says, "And the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt. Everyone that maketh mention thereof shall be afraid of himself because of the counsel of the Lord of hosts, which he hath determined against him." See, Judah's going to be a terror to Egypt, man. A lot of 2/3, man. And they're going to be with it. You know, that was man. This is how you allow to can't, you know, hey, Lakers going to be out here, man, and these rich people like neighborhoods, man. Oh, yeah, and they starting to be touched. There's a lot of stuff going on that they're not talking about. They only talking about stuff that's going on in our neighborhoods, but a lot of these rich so-called white people's neighborhood, oh, they get busy over there. They get robbed, they get stolen from, they get beat up over there. They not putting it on the news though. You know, they about to start really doing stuff even worse. You know?
The reason why Esau keeping all this stuff that's happening to him out of the news is because he don't want to risk tarnishing or damaging the false image that he got everything under control. He don't want to risk that image, but it's already tainted. People see that you weak, people see that you're alive, people see that you can't be touched, but it's all in the Lord's timing. When you gonna get touched for real? It's not up to us. We don't have any power here. So therefore we cannot be supremacists. We don't have the power to enforce supremacy. Esau does though.
This one dude at my job, he appears to be an Edomite. I think he is. He says that was so-called Mexican, but like when I brought that situation that happened in Montgomery, Alabama, he was like, everybody always try to bring up race. And he's like, they don't have anything to do with race. I was like, yeah, he an Edomite, man. Cause that dude, that Edomite dude wouldn't have punched that Jake like that if he was an Edomite. He was right. He would not have been there.
That's Esau.
And he had his boys around him, so they knew that they were going to jump him.
Yeah.
And he still put hands on the man. I think he was like, what, 65 or 70 years old or something?
No, he's the co-captain of that ship. He wasn't just a security worker. He worked for the ship. But it's like that comedian said, this ain't about color. That's what Esau do. He make everything about color. This is about right and wrong, lefts and rights, uppercuts and jabs, and everything in between, because he did not move the He thought his supremacy, he wanted people to recognize his privilege. No, he thought that privilege was going to protect him. No, it did the opposite. It got your ass beat.
And it's just a prelude, man. You're going to be getting that every single day.
Yeah, he wouldn't have did that shit if he was an Edomite. There's no way he would have beat that. He would have just reacted off rip just to punch him. That's just him being racist right there. It came out.
That's the spirit of Esau. I mean, Esau is real carnal. When he can't have his way, and you know how he already feels about obeying a so-called black man. That infuriated him in itself. I gotta do what you tell me to do. No.
Yeah.
That's how they think, man. That's how the spirit of Esau testified against him. Yeah, you're an Edomite because you react like an Edomite. You don't just come out and call white people Edomites. Your spirit is gonna testify for you or against you.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they were actually some of the slave masters that they
Probably would.
Yeah, I mean, you know how the Lord works, man. Everybody is back to the incarnation, so that same scene could have probably played out 200-300 years ago on that very field.
doing the same. Jake would vote. Start putting hands on the slave master. They probably didn't want to put that in the history books. You know how
He got to rewrite history so that he on top all the time.
I got Ezekiel 25:14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people, and they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, save the Lord YASHAMIAHLA. So that little ass whooping that you just got, it's going to be more to come behind that, man.
Now, we're not advocating violence.
No,
Yeah,
We're not advocating violence, but at the same time, we telling you what's in the prophecies, what's coming down the pipe. So, all you jakes out there, don't get carnal like Esau. That is not our blessing. Our blessing is to keep setting them up with these scriptures until the Lord get a green light. That's it. Jeremiah 16:16. Right.
I got 2 Corinthians 10:4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down the strongholds. All we need is that book, man. We should read the scriptures.
This book tells us who we are. This tells us who you are. I'm trying to get that. It's Genesis 25 in verse 22. It says, and the children struggled together within her. It's talking about Jacob and Esau. Jacob was the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And Esau is who you call, the white man. They are the Caucasian man. It says, and the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, 2 different nations. And 2 manner of people should be separated from thy bowels. And the one people should be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, when it was the time for her to give birth, it says, behold, there were twins in her womb. Right? It says the first came out red. That's talking about the so-called white man, the so-called white race. It says all over like a hairy garment. We all know that they're really hairy people. We ain't hairy like that. It says, and they called his name Esau, which I believe his name means wasted ways. Right? Yep. You don't have no melanin, man. You know? It says 26. It says after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel. It says, and his name is called Jacob. Right? It says Isaac was 4 years old when she married him. See? So they didn't describe what Jacob looked like because he was normal. But Esau, they had to describe his depiction because he wasn't normal. It ain't normal to not have melanin. It ain't normal to look like a so-called white person. You know, that's why a lot of them, they don't even like when they look pale because they know that they ain't normal to look like that. They be going to the damn tennis salons, tennis booths, whatever they want to call it. They're not going to admit it. That's why they're doing them.
They pride won't allow them to admit it.
They're going around on that beach looking like jalapenos with red peppers, all red and stuff. Nasty, dog.
They put a caption in that picture that said that this is AI, this is not real. It might not be real, but we know that y'all can get that red if y'all get sun on enough. There was another video I posted about these Edomites. They were extremely sunburned. I mean, the skin blistering up, peeling. They said it's painful to the touch and everything. And so I incorporated that video into my video because this college Edomite student came out and said that she wanted to hunt down so-called black people and make a big cotton. Wow. Now, I just love it when y'all make statements like that because y'all just don't know who got up next. Wow. You really don't know. Because if you did know, you wouldn't have made a statement like that. So I had to make an example out of a crazy lady.
She might be your slave, brother.
I mean, I love it when they make statements like that, how they want to just put us back. You don't know who got next. Had you read this, you wouldn't have made that statement, but it's cool. It's going to come back and bite you.
Like the church is red like that. This earth is on full on that. This is the earth. I got this Ezra chapter 6. I believe it's verse 55. Yep, verse 55. It says, if the world have been made for our sakes, talking about Jacob, it says, why did you not possess the inheritance of the world? How long is this war? That's going to endure until our Lord YASHARAHLA comes back, man. Through the world called Jesus. You know, the world ain't made for your sakes, so that's why you get all red like that. You have the blisters all over your skin and your you know. Hey, I ain't never had sunburn a day in my life. You know, I've been in the sun for hours. I ain't never had sunburn. I ain't never had my skin peeling, blistering off. God, that happens to y'all.
It was bad.
That shit nasty as hell.
Nasty. Walking dust ball.
Yeah, it was bad. So think about that, Esau, when you in captivity. And these Edomites actually believe that it's their God-given right to shit on them. And if we don't take it, we the problem. they actually think that we're still in their possession, which we are. So their minds are conditioned to treat us like shit. And if we don't take it, we the problem. But all that's being slowly turned.
Since that pride has deceived you. But I want to get a little bit in Zephaniah 3. Zephaniah 3 verse 5. The just Lord Yahweh YASHAMIAHLA is in the midst, therefore, and he will do no iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. So every morning, every day, the Lord has his angels out here jacking up people. You see somebody die, you see a baby die. That's the Lord doing it. That's the works of the Lord. He faileth not, but the unjust no shame. See, the unjust no shame. That's why they, roll up on Jake and act like, nothing's going to happen to you, man. That's why they got the case of the lumps last week. Let's see, this is verse 6. I have cut off the nations. Their towers are desolate. So that power is going to be blocked down very, very soon as we leave. I made their streets waste that none passeth by. Their cities are destroyed so that there is no man, that there is none inhabited. So eventually Babylon the Great, our land, right now our land's polluted. That's going to be hit by thermonuclear missiles. Babylon here in America is going to be hit by thermonuclear missiles. This place is going to be desolate for that pride, Esau. Like the brother said, you had that Edomite talking about she wants Jake in captivity again, picking cotton. You don't, man, you don't know what's coming to you. But this is verse 7. I said, surely thou wilt fear me. Thou wilt receive instruction, so that dwelling should not be cut off. And that's why we out here on the highways and byways. It may be tempting to be carnal out here, to go out there, the next Edomite to cut you off, or, say some crazy stuff to them. You just gonna fight them right there on the spot. But us over here, we're telling you to be spiritual. Wait upon the Lord, all right? Understand that they're going to get their get back. Wait till the Lord blows their trumpet. Wait till the Lord gives you that spiritual power. That's when you put hands on them. Right? Or, there may be scenarios where, they actually trying to fight you. You got the right to defend yourself. All right, but you gotta be wise. You gotta be wise in serpents and hornets and hair. You gotta do the right. And that's what you learn in this truth. See, because the rest of the jakes out there, they're gonna see that. Edomite gonna cut them off and do something, and they ready to fight, man.
Kind of like when the Edomite police officer pulls you over and asks you for your ID, you know you didn't do that wrong, but they just want to mess with you.
Yeah.
That's when you got to just be humble, man. Just be like, hey, I'll get my ID too. Whatever you gotta do, just listen, just comply. But the average Jake, I'm like, you a bitch, man. Listen to a play going off on the play, going out your young man. I'm not trying to play like that. Just be like, my way to do it.
You got to work. You already know this devil looking for a reason. Don't get in one.
Yeah.
But why? Just because what the scripture say, those that please the Lord, he to make even his enemies to be at peace with him. No.
And that happened to me a couple times. Yes sir, no ma'am, or whatever. But I'm gonna finish this off. Receive instruction so that their dwellings should not be cut off. However, so I have punished them, but they rose early and corrupt all their doings. Therefore, wait ye upon me. This is pretty much the whole point of this lesson, man. Well, what we've been bringing out lately. Wait upon the Lord. Don't be out here carnal. Said the Lord Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the parade. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. So the Lord said, wait upon me. Wait upon me. They're going to get their get back. They can keep on talking smack, but wait upon me. They're going to get it. They're going to be desolate. And if you are the elect you will be part of that reign and rule where you're going to put them into captivity as well. Joint heirs to get help shot. So wait upon the Lord. That's pretty much what I'm telling y'all.
That's what we're waiting for, man. I heard my brother had a dream a couple years back about basically having that spiritual power, and it was about the elites basically. He mentioned the names like Bill Gates, and he said something about I think one of somehow he was able to recall the dream. Does he know what Bill Gates looked like? But he said they came out of these caves. I guess it's like after like the Lord, like allowed World War II to happen. And, the chariots came back, beating up his collector and all that stuff. Because the elites is they are going to escape World War II. They're gonna be in the bunkers and stuff like that. But that's when they're gonna be the first fruits of slavery. And they was putting chains on themselves, man. And that was the beginning of our reign. But our reign is gonna be forever. Man, it's gonna have no end. These devils got an end, man. That's why it says we saw the end of the world. It's the beginning of it that follows. We don't have no end to our world. That's why we striving, for the master, man. We got a world that's coming that ain't gonna have no end. You can't even fathom that, man.
You see, the young Jakes, they starting to get a glimpse of that. Because he said that if we just could come together and enjoy each other, he didn't realize how much he loved his brothers until he saw that ass with him. And it's just a prelude to the kingdom, man. Because when I was home this past weekend, me and the girl, we went to our house, and I had a ball, man. I saw my cousins, my uncles, my aunties I haven't seen in years. My nieces, my nephews, I enjoyed all that. And I said to myself while I was down there, this is why we go so hard in the ministry. Because we want this every day, all day. Not when Esau tell us we can go on vacation. That's why we fight so hard for this ministry. Because, it's like my brother said, when all our family came together, at least it's not because of a few. And it made all the sense in the world. Because it seems like that's the only time we come together for real. So yeah, that's why we go hard, because we want this every day. We want to enjoy our family, our children, every day, without Esau's hating on us and interfering and making things difficult for us on purpose. That's why we go so hard. Now, if you want that as well, put down the guns towards your brother and realize who your real enemy is, because he don't want you to be happy. And that's Esau evil.
That's why he put all that slocky. That's why he puts all that bull crap in the music. Yeah, Jake's out there wilding, crazy about killing each other. All driving on each other, driving on the ox. That's why it's no coincidence why you see all the rappers drop dead.
It's not the way, Jake. Understand who your true enemy is.
I'm gonna get let's go ahead and scripture. I'm gonna go ahead and get Psalms 27 and verse 11. Teach me thy way, O Yahweh. Lead me in the plain path because of my enemies. Lead me in the plain path. And part of the plain path is walking through that straight and narrow, following the Lord, not being carnal. Because what happened this past weekend, that's going to have a lot of Jakes be carnal out here instead of waiting upon the Lord. Teach me, like I just read that, deliver me not over unto the will of my enemies, you see? Because as the brother had brought out, this Edomite wants us back in captivity. But she don't understand who got next, all right? So we pray to the Lord that he keeps us, watch over us in these last days. We don't take the MOT, and we get that spiritual power. The Lord take care of us. For a false witnesses are risen up against me, and such as breathe out cruelty. And Esau Edom is the biggest false witness. He says you did this and did that, and he can get away with it. But you go into the scriptures, if I'm not mistaken, a false witness is supposed to be put to death. Verse 13, I fainted unless I had believed to see the goodness of the Lord Yahweh YASHAMIAHLA in the land of the living. And here's the point that I want to get. Wait on the Lord Yahweh. Once again, wait on the Lord. Do not be carnal. Walk in the straight and narrow path. So you can get that power, so you can get your get back on these people. Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thy heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord Yahweh YASHAMIAHLA. Once again, he said it twice. Wait, wait. Right? So it might be tempting. You might be itching for it, but hey, to be carnally minded is death.
Yep.
So to walk in this walk, man, not be carnal, wait upon the Lord. As I read in the book of Zephaniah 3, wait upon the Lord until he rises up for the prayer.
All right, you know why the first and foremost Paul says that? Because these Edomites are actually the person that put their hands on our Lord. You know, the ancient Moses, they were the Edomites, man. They were the ones that put them up on the cross and stabbed them, you know, you can see them every day, and they mocked them. Well, I'm going to do it too, they mocked them, but they weren't the ones that put them on the actual cross. That was Esau that did that. So the Lord got to at least get back first, and Jacob, you know, he's going to be a part of it, you know?
That's good. Wisdom of Solomon. In Solomon, chapter 3, 4, I'm reading now. So, for though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. And having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. For God proved them and found them worthy of himself. As gold in the furnace hath he tried them, and received them as a burnt offering. And in the time of their visitation they shall shine, and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, and their Lord shall reign forever. They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful and love shall abide with him, for grace and mercy is to his saints, and he had cared for his elect, man. Ooh, so hey, he loves his elect, man. He's going to take care of us, Lord. We are that good when that time comes, man. That's a beautiful scripture, man. That makes me teary-eyed every time I read that, because he really loves his elect, man. You know, the rest of you guys, y'all is fucking, man.
Oh, you good, brother? Yeah, I was just thinking about, back when the house shop was on the scene as well, the Romans, the Edomites, So in your history book, Esau, you're the Romans and the chosen people of the Lord. make it make sense, man. When we grew up in school, they was praising the Greeks, they was praising the Romans. That's what they did. They became rebels for the Lord. Make it make sense, Esau. So you just everybody, man.
Now you Egyptians dark, praise people. You can't have that complexion and be Egyptians. Y'all wouldn't survive over there. So no, you're not the Egyptians.
Yeah, the only time you was the Egyptians, ruling class Egyptians, I would say, was the time of the Greeks, Alexander the Greek.
Yeah, we got to the over.
Yeah, whatever her name. Cleopatra. Yeah, she was actually an Edomite. I know Jake get mad about that. She was actually an Edomite. Right? But that doesn't mean they were the actual Egyptians. Right? Egyptians were Hamites.
Right.
Yeah.
He took over Egypt and he made part of Egypt after himself.
Yep.
It was Alexander.
Yep.
That's still there today. So.
That's an actual female, man.
Yeah.
Say it out loud. Alexandria.
Yeah.
That's how these Edomites rolled, man.
He died at an early age.
He didn't even get to. Hey, that's a prelude to the kingdom, as you read in the book of Job. He died at an early age because of. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to get. I had another scripture pulled up. Wow. But that's a prelude because he didn't get to enjoy his kingdom. His servants got to enjoy it for a little while. But that's going to be Esau in a whole. Scriptures speak of why he's eating. The Lord shall reign upon him. I'm going to get it real quick. 2 Job 20.
The Lord uses these chariots to stop Esau from doing certain things before their time. Because I remember, I forgot, it was like our first game again. It was like another game I was watching, wasn't the best one. They brought out that Alexander the Great was trying to go do something with these chariots, like something in front of them, and he turned back. And it reminded me of these chariots taking control of these ice-free missiles over in one of the countries. They was able to take control of it and turn it off, they couldn't do nothing.
Yep.
So it's up to the Lord, you know, when World War III starts. It ain't even up to Esau.
I thought it was yesterday. Well, the elder was talking about it. He was like, these terrorists, they just turned on all the control panels and started a little countdown and scared them. And then the terrorists went away and then everything turned back off. Lord showing you, Esau, you're not in control like you think you are.
That's a prelude. If I'm not mistaken, you know, that's what's going to happen in World War III, man. They're just going to turn their computers on and they're just going to start shooting the missiles. But I wanted to get this in Job 20 and verse 23. When he is about to fill his belly, power shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him. He shall rain it upon him while he is eating. And just as Alexander the Great did not get to enjoy his kingdom, he died at an early age. This is what's going to happen to Esau Edom. So when he get the majority of these people, they're going to TV'd up. We're going to rain upon them. World War III is going to pop off. And that's your ass. You're going to be put into slavery, man. You're not going to be able to, as the scripture says, he's trying to be as God. You're not going to get to that level, man. I beheld Satan cast down as lightning. Now Christians will read that in the book of Isaiah, thinking it's talking about the spiritual demon Satan. No, it's talking about you, Esau. That's how fast your kingdom's gonna fall. That's how fast we're seeing it fall right before our very eyes now.
Everybody's still struggling, man. Y'all always trying to pass out flies.
Stupid like what we doing.
You know what they're doing in Florida? I'll tell you about it. They're doing messed up things in some states. Florida, I don't know how true it is, but this is what I heard. I heard Governor DeSantis banning clothes in Florida. In Michigan, if you use the wrong pronoun, you can be charged with a felony.
Wow.
In California, they got rid of the age of consentment. As far as oral, anal with children, the child just got to be willing. So yeah, this is Sodom all day, man. Once again, no, ain't nothing. That shows you where we at. They show you what time we in. This is Sodom and Gomorrah all day.
Well, us Israelites out here condemning these people is the worst thing going on. Yeah, for you.
But they don't want to be reminded of their wickedness. They just want to be able to enjoy the wickedness in peace. But no, the Lord ain't happy.
This is swamp. He said he's going to do that anyway in California. I mean, what?
But he don't care about California. He's doing what he's told to do by the elites. It's like Ron DeSantis. It's like Newsom, that's his name. He is a piece of work. I'm just going to leave it at that. That's all I'm going to say.
They're not even charging people, if I'm mistaken, they're not even charging people for stealing. People are running up in Los Angeles, if I'm not mistaken. It's either San Francisco or Los Angeles, one of those. People are going into the stores and just stealing.
It's like they're in Chicago too.
Yeah.
They can't basically like chase you down.
Yeah.
Man, that's an antagonist for chaos. I think they can steal up to $999 worth of merchandise. But if you go over 1,000, that's what they consider crime. What kind of shit is that?
So each day you could just rack that up and still not get charged. You know, like the brother said, that's a recipe for chaos.
That's what they want.
These store owners are going to get tired of that because I believe you have to pay out the premium just for your insurance.
Yep.
They're going to get tired of that.
Insurance companies don't drop them because they're high risk. You're always filing claims. You file too many claims, your insurance company will drop you.
Yep.
That goes for cars, house, business, apartment insurance, whatever type of insurance. You file too many claims where it gets to the point where the insurance company ain't making no money off of you, they're going to drop you.
What's that Jake that was trying to knock stuff in the garbage can?
He got the case of the lumps.
I thought he was a tough hard. I thought you was hard.
He was acting all tough, boy. But that's what you get, though. That's what's supposed to happen when, if this was a righteous kingdom, if he was still, oh man, he's supposed to get the case of the lumps, man.
Probably get your hands
Yeah,
chopped off.
hands chopped off, well, I'm not mistaken in the scriptures.
So like Paul Moody said, you only got 2 times to get some good shit.
Yeah, that's how you know these. Wine, they shall not drink wine, when you shall drink it.
Yes, that's it.
Okay, so don't prophesy to us. Right? Oh, it's 29. I think. No, not 29. Yeah, if y'all got the scripture, like people.
Oh, this is Isaiah 24.
24:9.
I'm like, listen now.
Con, I got it. Go ahead.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 10. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. I brought that scripture out to land back on what the brother was saying about how these Edomites, they realize that what they do, they think they're going to get away with until the Lord starts putting curses on them. So when they start getting punished, like, for example, that ass whooping, they will never admit that they was wrong because of this scripture. The wicked, none of the wicked shall understand because they so used to getting their way. All of a sudden they get an ass, they don't understand why they get whooped. It's just like a spoiled child used to get in his way. Then when you finally punish him, he don't understand why. That's what's happening to Esau right now. That's why it says the wicked shall not understand, but the wise shall understand. Because we know these scriptures. We know Esau. We know what the Lord said he's going to do to Esau. And now he's starting to do it. But Esau don't understand because he's been in power. And he's been entitled for so long. It's just like I said, first time you whoop a spoiled child, he ain't gonna understand why he get whooped.
Chapter 8, verse 12, he says, though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days become long, then surely I know that they shall be well because they fear Yahweh, which fear before him. And this man don't fear the Lord, man. That's why they gonna be well with him now. Now that his kingdom is coming to an end, they getting judged, they getting jacked up. And it's just the beginning. This ain't even the epitome of everything that's gonna happen to them. Now we ain't in the kingdom yet. We ain't really get our Lord ain't came back yet.
He ain't cracked the surface yet.
Matter of fact, I want to get this in Isaiah 24. I'm gonna read a little bit in this. It's Isaiah 24 and verse 4. The earth mourneth and faded away. The earth languished and faded away. The halting people of the earth do languish. That's what we're seeing. We're seeing that haltiness of Esau Edom being brought down low. That's why they got the case of the lumps. I'm gonna keep saying that, man. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. That's why they laying down with children. They passing that law that you can have consent with children now. Matter of fact, that happened a couple of days ago. An Edomite woman got caught laying down with a dog.
Good. That's the thing, man. What about your boy, Wayne Brady?
Oh, man.
I already knew that.
Yeah.
I knew that before the truth, that he was cheating around.
He said he didn't really want to come out with it from the jump because he didn't want people to question the manhood. So I put a comment down. I was like, what manhood? You gave that away, bro. You're no longer a man. Pansexual. That means you'll lay down with anything and anybody.
I said, if it's moving, I'm going to get with it.
If it's got a pulse, it's on.
It's on.
You worse than Esau, Wayne Brady.
That's what happens in Hollywood, man. It happens all the time, man.
Will I am said, he said being effeminate is a superpower. Oh yeah, he's gone. That's simple. He said he could be a man and be a woman at the same time. That ain't both, man.
They pitched him over too. That's all that was.
And Singer Tank, if I'm not mistaken, he said ain't nothing wrong with going down on another man that's not gay.
He's right. That's an abomination. You're going to be put to death for it. Looking up on another man's nakedness, that's bad enough. Shit.
Hey, this is why we come out here on the highways and byways, man. This is why we trying to get the hook up out here.
You niggas that love to go to jail, man, you must be like that too. Because you go to jail constantly.
Man.
You gotta be another cell with another nigga, another man.
So, man, my niggas cheap. You can get 2 for 5 and 3 for 10. 5 for 6. Esau got niggas on sale all day, every day. He buying up for the low blow. And y'all stupid as hell. Y'all know what's coming, but y'all still bound down to this wickedness. You know this man finna go to digital. You gonna submit to that shit because you want to hold on to your riches. You'll never go back to being poor. Like the Lord said, it's more possible for the camel to fit through the needle of an eye for a rich man to enter into the kingdom. Because he ain't gonna want to let go of everything he done worked for down here. He done got bent over, he done got trains ran on him just to get rich in a wicked kingdom. You think he finna let that go? No. Because he don't know how to be poor. He don't want to suffer for the word. He don't want to suffer for righteousness. He don't want to suffer for an everlasting kingdom on this planet. You don't die and go to heaven. Heaven's about to come here, just like hell, in the form of nuclear missile fire. So get that through your headline as Christians. You don't die and go to hell. Hell is about to come to you in the form of nuclear fire. The only way out. You don't get beamed up on one of them chariots, you walk in charcoal. Ain't no way around. The truth of the Bible coming out today, baby. I mean, I don't know what these Christians own. How do you willfully believe lies?
So we in our hill right now in our conditions. A lot of our people in the ghettos, in the hood, they on drugs, they commit adultery, they doing all types of wickedness, and they suffer every day. And then you gonna go to another place where you burn forever. That's no mercy. The Lord shows mercy, right? The punishment and He shows mercy. It's a balance with the Lord.
False balance is about to be 16 hours that power.
Right.
But I want to go back to what you comment on the eye of the needle. Like for those that don't know, like the eye of the needle, like picture the needle, and like the little hole that you put like the thread in, is tied up. And the Lord said, like, it's easier for, it's harder for a rich man to enter into the kingdom. Because just picture a camel trying to fit through that tiny little hole, man. It's impossible.
But he said it's easier for a camel to fit through the eye of the needle. Meaning, a rich man has no chance whatsoever of entering the kingdom because of all the wickedness he had to commit to get those riches in a wicked kingdom. Esau is not going to let you get rich and keep your money unless you do something abominable, something that he can hold over you so he can control you. So if you get out of line, all of a sudden a video going to be leaked. Or 30 women going to say you raped them 50 years ago. I mean, you know, who's going to lie on you?
Bill Cosby, Isaiah Rashad and Bill Cosby.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, Oh, how the hell 30 women just gonna come forth like that? Oh man, they were provoked. They were paid.
I just read that in the book of Psalms 27, you know, just for paraphrasing to save us from this false witness, this great false witness. He's what to paraphrase, because he's a false witness. He pays people to be false witnesses.
I want to comment on the eye of the needle thing. I think eye of a needle is not. It's not like an actual like thing that you put a thread through. I think it's like a passageway that camels will go through, but they can like fit.
There's no way to break it down. I heard it not the top about breaking down the other day. So the actual needle is the whole where it is. Yeah, that scriptures are twofold.
All I'm saying is, a rich man has no chance in hell of getting into the kingdom. You gotta walk with him all this bullshit, because it's gonna get burnt up anyway. What you holding on to? All this stuff gonna be destroyed, man.
This is all they know.
Exactly. They don't believe there's a part two after the war.
Like the elder doctor said in Chicago, he said, Manifest Destiny got a part two.
Yeah. Because Esau paints himself as being the end-all, be-all. He paints himself as, if he's not a rulership, then it's just the end of the world then. Can't nobody else do it like him. No. There is somebody else. And they're going to do it better than you. Going to show you how it's done.
I got this in Psalm 75, verse 7. It says, For Yahweh is the judge. He putteth down one and set up another. For in the hand of the Lord there is a cup, and the wine is red, and is full of mixture. Then he poureth out the same, with the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall drink it out and drink it. You know, and there's a precept, I forgot where it said in the book of Isaiah, that's talking about them getting double back and payback, man. You know, that's what you're ready to get, man. You know, everything, man, that's what's really gonna happen to your ass, man. To all Edomites, not just them. There's a Edomites walking everywhere else, and they ain't happen to you.
Yeah. It's all in the Lord's time, man. It's all in due time. So Edomites, I mean, don't get too scared. Because we not already proved that we don't need weapons to beat your ass. Because we are the stronger, you made us stronger. You are the weaker vessel by nature.
In every aspect.
Exactly.
The only way Edomites know how to fight is if you know martial arts or some shit. That's the only way.
You remember they coming out with these movies, man? Painting themselves as being the best.
Yeah.
The Last Samurai starred Tom Cruise. The Last Samurai, bro. Tom Cruise. So you better than the Ammonite than doing the Ammonite thing than being a samurai. Stop.
And I think
MLK.
yeah. I'm about to say that.
Tom Hanks. Now that's a slap in the face to you Christians who actually believe MLK was on your side. So just toying with y'all, man. Just toying with y'all. And y'all getting all emotional.
He knew he was leading our people to dumpster fire.
Yeah.
He knew.
And he wanted to come out with the truth. That's when they really killed him.
That's when they got him.
And he didn't really die by a gunshot wound. They smothered him in the hospital. He survived that gunshot wound. They smothered him in the hospital. For those who didn't know.
See, that's why you gotta look up things, Jake. You gotta look things up. That's why the Lord has his chosen, Lord willing, we know those men. That's why the Lord sent out his prophets to actually give you the true breakdown, actually give you what's really happening out here.
Well, Ammonites over there, man, they know there was black samurai. They be praising Jacob.
Yeah, because I mean, you got so many stuff with birds over there. But the military was there. The military was all over the world, so you're gonna have speckled birds all over this planet because Jake he spreads seed everywhere he goes.
Man, there's so many speckled birds over there, especially I've been seeing. It's ridiculous. They man, I don't know if y'all seen that video. They even got the Ammonites. They're making their hair just like Jake.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, I'm like, it's about birds. If not, that's they're envying us now. You know, the tables are turning.
Yeah, they either speckled birds or culture vultures.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Matter of fact, I saw this one Ammonite. He's shorter than me. He jumped higher than me. He putting his arm in the, like a windmill, putting his arm in the rim. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, there's a few Ammonites out there with some hidden talents.
Like, God damn, that's most definitely Jake right there. That boy jumping out the tree.
I've heard this dude named Jordan.
Yeah, he's a Jake. I feel that for the spirit. He's a Jake. Yeah.
Just looking at him weird, like he's blue hair. He's trying to fire his shit up.
You know, Jake, they would do that. Well, I'll be seeing that at work. Blonde hair. Jake. Have all the colors, you treat blonde.
Curse your enemies.
I want to get this in Revelation 18 and verse 3. For all the nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. And the merchants of the earth are waxed through the abundance of her delicacies. All right? And follow after the ways of Babylon. The ways of Babylon is death. And as you see, they had these other nations follow after Babylon. They had the women over the men. They had these, the alphabets. And now they're waking up in these last days. I'm like, hell no, we ain't dealing with that no more. But we're not dealing with that at all. And, they got rich off of, they got rich in Babylon. As you read in Psalms 83, them coming together to blot out the remembrance of Israel. So guess what? All y'all going to get it. All y'all benefited from us being in slavery. As I read in verse 4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive none of her plagues. And that's coming out of her. It's not talking about fly a plane. I remember GOCC was preaching that you got to get on the way, get out of Babylon. Notice this is spiritual. You got to spiritually get out of Babylon. You got to become a man. This is true. When you come into this truth, this is when you truly become a man. And it says, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works, in the cup which she had filled to her double. So Esau, you're going to get it, man. That thing that happened in Montgomery, man, that's going to be an everyday thing, man. That's just a prelude. You're going to have to drink that cup of slavery that we had to drink.
Takes that believe that you got to actually flee America to be saved. You don't have no faith. The Lord said, what he said to the Baptist, the Lord said he's going to gather these elected before the That just means America doesn't make any sense.
This is what it breaks down to Esau. When every drop of Israelite blood you shed, you're going to have to shed 2 drops. That's what it breaks down to. So yeah. That's how the Lord gonna balance it out. Your little fake ass apology behind the podium don't mean shit.
Right.
That's the only way it's gonna balance out. Every drop of blood you shed of the Israelites, you gotta shed too.
It says we're as the sands of the seas.
That's why that's a lot. That's why we say this little thing in Alabama that happened, that's nothing compared to the ocean of blood these people have to shed in order for the Lord to say, okay, that's square. Now we'll even steep. Other than that, y'all got it coming.
You know what I'm saying? You got to get double, man. 1,000 years and get burnt after your slavery.
Yeah.
Just to make up for what you did unto us.
You the only nation on the planet that has no release date from your captivity. You gonna be on death row for 1,000 years, bro. The only nation.
You ain't promised no mercy, but that's gonna be no warrior. But that's gonna be for the other nations. But that ain't no warrior. You might continue. After y'all get y'all 1,000 years in, it's just gonna be slow.
Ooh, yes.
Days done spell. We gonna enjoy first, so the days gonna be hella slow, so we're gonna slow motion.
Yeah. That sun gonna slow roast the shit out y'all. Ooh, it's gonna be some Cajun. Just gonna roll by y'all the season. The season.
Get you ready for them
slow roast, baby. Slow roast.
That's how you know they did not build England, man.
No, they can't get that long enough. They got to go back in for the cement draft. I got this ice water, son. I got this red down.
If I'm not mistaken, it was a lot hotter back then, especially in that time.
It probably was because you got straight heat. You ain't got all this. You didn't have all this stuff that Esau pumping up in the air back then, you know. So you got straight direct heat. You didn't have a whole bunch of tall buildings giving shade, you know. So it was straight heat. You were behind the trees.
Doing the word.
What's up?
I mean,
You
gotta
know.
do the work, man. We gotta do the work. You gotta go out there to the highways and byways.
This is not Christianity. This is not something that you can choose when and when not to participate in. We are following commands from the throne. And until he changes those commands, this is what we are to do. Regardless of who likes it, regardless of who don't like it. We don't give a damn. Because 9 times out of 10, the ones that don't like it are the same ones that's going to be destroyed anyway. So your opinions mean nothing to us. It's like the proud people. We don't care about these proud people. We know they walk in charcoal. It's just a matter of time. So what they say means nothing. He all man. He got it right behind us.
How you know, I could have just stepped back here. Esau weird, man.
Like that, man.
They always weird like that.
He probably a fruit boy.
Shalom, brothers on the comment board, posting the description.
Shalom.
YASHAMIAHLA.
Why you want to got all this room on the other side, but you want to come behind some men? Who follows you?
It says there's no wisdom in teaming. I was like,
It's not.
I see this like look this way, and you look that way, just ran this way. I'm like, bro,
make it make sense.
Their wisdom has vanished.
Oh, y'all see it with the school system down here.
oh yeah, they come down school.
Yeah. Oh, we did for next week. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, it's very annoying if you have a child down here in Babylon.
See that?
I'm gonna tell y'all my situation, you know, cause you know, I got a young son. You gotta, you know, it's madness. I'm gonna just put it like that. It's madness what's going down here in Babylon, especially here in JCPS, because they got the little children going in like super early, as if they're going into work, and then middle schoolers and high schoolers, they get to wake up later. So I'm like, make it make sense. You're supposed to prepare the middle schoolers and high schoolers for work, but you know, there's no wisdom to it. So even if you are a car rider, like my son is, it's still madness because you waiting all day to pick him up. You in a long ass line, like, I don't know if y'all seen it, like, it is madness, man. It is packed. It's worse than what it was when I was like, you leave out early, and like the whole line is just all the way back here. But the school buses is running late. The last child that got dropped off on the first day of school didn't get back home until like 10 p.m. It's madness, man. And so that's why we see it. This is another reason why we go out here on the highways and byways and do our signals, stand on fire for the Lord, because we got to get there and come out of here. You can't enjoy your children.
I graduated in 2017, 2018. It wasn't long ago. Hey, ever since that pandemic hit, boy.
Yeah.
Hey,
that thing.
It ain't the same.
I got a feeling that's not gonna be the only time that happens, bro. I think they're gonna do something else like they did somewhere else. And they're gonna use that to get people scared to where they want to take that little guy that rice and their kids.
Yeah. Like
just so they can try.
what was that movie that came out? Good?
What happened?
I don't know. I guess he must be a new truck driver.
Oh, that's all that noise is?
Yeah, he must be a new truck driver.
What is he doing? Oh, no.
Oh, no. He fired. Let me see.
Oh, no. Somebody help. What's he on the sidewalk a little bit? Yeah. Yeah, take away his license.
Yeah. CDL, yeah.
Mistake like that, you're in a big vehicle.
No, man. I mean, you got a CDL.
Yeah, the trucking industry is already
Can't use rubber now, no.
slocky, y'all.
Alcohol.
Lock the bus.
Everyone getting shot there.
Hey, how's it going? Oh, you good? Yeah, you're not in it. Yeah. Put him in the coffin. They're already having shipping issues, and he's making it worse.
Hey, wasn't there like a trucking company, I think it was called Yellow, that closed down or something like that, where they fired a bunch of work?
They laying off. When the company shutting down, so the process of the company is going out of business, they pretty much let them go 30,000 workers. So that's going to make a big impact on the supply chain.
And as well, because that's part of Babylon deteriorating right in front of their eyes. These that work there for years, they don't have no picture.
I seen that video, he was Drake was going on. And Esau was like, well, calm down. He's like, yeah, F that, man, I've been here 30 years.
Yeah, that's all it takes for Esau to mess you over out your money. All he got to do is go out of business, change the name of the business, and come back. And if he do that, he come back in business under a different name, he no longer owes you because that old company no longer exists. See how he played the words to get out of paying you your money?
That's why the scriptures say this is not your rest, man.
Right.
You was working to retire. You probably even had 30 years. You probably had, you probably could have retired right then and there. It was probably your last year, Jay. You could have retired, but the company, the company closed, and now you gotta work until you die.
That's whole kingdom. Look, that's why we ain't trying to like stay here in America. Look, everything's fucking done.
Let me ask you 2/3 in the fellow Babylonians here. What is there to look forward to? What are you holding on to? Because after a lot of Babylonians being through, they still coming out trying to tell us their 10, 15-year game plan. It's not going to happen. Like I said yesterday, this is not prophecy. This is not doctrine. This is my personal opinion. I don't think this country has 2 years left.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's not doctrine. It's not prophecy. It's personal thought and opinion. Yeah, man, we got close bills to this rights, to this war. I don't know. We ain't got time. We ain't got enough time. And these people take these kids home from school. How you think they gonna run a country or fight a 3-front war? On 3 fronts.
Well, you have parents excited for their children to go to school because they got somebody else to watch them.
Exactly.
Now they can't go to work.
Yeah.
They go back and make content, bro. That's all they do. They want out the house, take it to the babysitter, take it to school. They get their money on.
You had 70 bus drivers first day going to school, first day of school.
Bus drivers was like, hell no, I ain't doing it.
Nah, I'm going back to sell rocks.
I'm not doing it. I told him before we started up the camera, I was like, my brother in high school, he was telling me at the high school, he was telling the bus driver to go this way, and they ain't supposed to go that way. I'm like, you're tricking the bus driver, man. That's why the bus driver's gonna quit.
That's why he quit.
12 old people doing that. You in high school, man? What you doing? Don't you want to go home?
Now, I'm about to ask a real stupid question. I feel stupid for asking. But don't some of these buses have GPS? some type of navigation. If not, all them students on that bus, I know they got navigation on their phones. I know the bus drivers still have navigation. So now, this is a stupid ass problem to have, just like our captains tell us in the military all the time in the Navy. This is a stupid ass problem to have. Make it work.
I tell you why it's all messed up because man, once again, no wisdom and teaming. They had a company do their routes, do their GPS routes, and that company messed up their GPS routes.
That sounds intentional.
No wisdom and teaming, man.
That sounds intentional.
And so now they trying to fix it themselves. When they try to fix it themselves, they made it even worse.
I just thought about it. They might be setting up another scenario where you rise up your child. Just in case something like this happens again. You know, they might be setting it up.
That's why I say I feel like they're gonna do it again somewhere else. They just so happy that they're gonna do it again at that time. I think they're gonna do it again somewhere else. Something like this.
You're gonna get some extreme cases. It's like little kids get home at 2 o'clock at night.
Some kids might not even make it home next time you put them on the bus.
Some kids pee on themselves, people themselves in honor too.
Yep.
They
They was on there for hours, man, hours. School let out at like 2:20 for the little kids. And imagine 2:20 and you don't get home until like 10.
I was in high school though. I used to ride the city bus. I didn't ride the school bus, bro. That's what I used to do.
We rode the school bus.
They used to give out like these, car passes. They don't do it no more. They don't give out like car passes to ride the city bus all the way down to the in high school.
No.
Do they do?
Oh yeah. The school up, man. I gotta get my little man. You gotta make him something home because it's horrible, man. It is
Man, I mean, be serious, be honest with you. I wouldn't even trust the government to feed my child now. I'll make my child take lunches.
You got to.
You don't know what they put in this shit, man.
It's horrible, man.
You know, their main target is get to the kids first. You know, so and they can be open to so many attacks from so many directions. They can get attacked by food, by the false doctrine they've been taught about being non-binary, all that shit. They're being fed poison left and right, man. Abomination, all these thoughts, impure thoughts. They're trying to introduce porn to 4th graders, all this bullshit. You know? So I mean, off the top, I would send, if I had a child in this thing, I would send him to school, him or her, with food from us because there's so many like chicken fried steak, for example. That shit got pork in it. And they sell it as chicken. No. They slipping pork and everything, man. So I would, if you brothers and sisters out there with young ones, I would start preparing lunches at home.
Got to, for real. But these younger Eves, man, they don't know how to cook.
Yeah, they gonna take the easy way out.
But all they know how to do is twerk.
In microwaves.
You know? Instagram model, put some OnlyFans, that's all they know how to do.
But they non-binary. Oh, are you? What's 7 times 7? Exactly. Take your crazy ass back to class.
I got this in Micah 2 and 10. It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you with the soul destruction." Everything we were just talking about. School, damn food, what they teach children. You know, everything is fucking failing, man. These people that's willing, they don't know what the fuck they doing. How the hell you not know what you're doing as far as the buses? It's 2 whole months. And then you talk about, oh, we got to fire all these people that's running Jason Kills. You should have hired them the first day.
Make it make sense, man.
Common sense talking right here, but like you said, common sense ain't common no more.
Yeah.
Make it make sense, man.
They can't play the bus routes. You know they can't play the free.
They can't run the country. They can't plan a bus route.
That's the school again.
But these people have changed and send them on their way there.
Yeah.
That's the solution right there.
Yeah, it's another reason why the buses is messed up, like the brother said, 70 or however many people they quit And so you have the other bus drivers that have to fill in. And so their routes is like super long, man.
Yeah, because they got more children to drop off.
You know what I thought about too? I remember like a year or two, might be 2 years ago, they was telling people that get that Kool-Aid pack. You know what I mean? You know? The bus drivers, they was telling the kids, a lot of them quit a couple years ago. They don't even have as many as they need.
They either quit or they expired suddenly.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm gonna get this right here in Isaiah 24 and verse 10. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get verse 9. They shall not drink wine with his song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. That's coming, man. All right, instead of being in that house of mirth, like Jacob's in, they about to be in that house of mourning. All classes, like the upper class, middle class. Right now, the middle class is not disappearing.
Yeah.
I saw Malcolm do Elder Malcolm do a video the other day. He did it like 3 weeks ago. Pretty much huge amount of Americans is homeless now because of what's going on out here. But I'm gonna get this in verse 10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. There is a cry for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The birth of the land is gone. The city is left in desolation. The gate is smitten with destruction. Woo. So that's what's coming down here in Babylon, man. All classes is about to feel it. Whether you high class, middle class, whatever, you all about to feel it. And if you're not going to relate, you're not going to be eating out here. Or I should say eating real food. Right? Because cannibalism is coming out here.
All right, I got another scripture to back it up, right? It's Proverbs 29 verse 2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear the good, the people mourn. And people are mourning, man. You know, it's funny, I was driving yesterday, and I was listening to this complication video, and people complaining about how they don't have enough to survive. You know, they made the Edomites. There was some things in the video, but it was mainly the Edomites, man. I was just rejoicing, and all this stuff. The scriptures are something that says, I just see it pop up. I'm listening to all these people complaining how they can't afford to get food, they can barely pay their rent, all the other bills they got, they got kids to feed. Now the Lord's elect is going to be good for you. Even by some two-thirds, y'all going to be good, man. All right. People, that's why people are getting, you know, they get frustrated at their jobs, they commit suicide, and they doing stuff to other workers at jobs because they tired of dealing with people. That's what time we're living in, man. Straight chaos is getting ready to happen.
That's how you know the Lord is putting the curse on our enemies. Because the same things that these Edomites are complaining about, it was just only us complaining about it, and America was great, it didn't affect them. So obviously they didn't give a damn that it affected us as long as it didn't affect them. But see, now they crying. Yeah, the Lord is taking the curses and putting them on our enemies that persecuted you. And now they feeling the sting. I thought America was great.
Yeah, it's great no more. It's over with.
It's over. A lot of these Edomites are seeing it, man.
They get real.
I think that's why they're showing their true colors out here.
Well, it's gonna be the last time you get through inside here.
It's your last hurrah.
Go wild out, go take up all Big Mama pills. Drink up daddy liquor, steal his car, and just go have a night on the town.
That video that I was watching where everybody complaining, remember when Paul Schwab said he said America are entering the world. They're not going to do that. So it's good to build the Lord.
So that's why you got all this chaos and madness and bullshit and lies and psyops, no lies.
You're ready for the UBI, man, that universal basic income where they give you $2,000 a month and they give you that thing.
A lot of y'all gonna partake. Y'all gonna keep that on the beans. A lot of y'all. You don't want to struggle. You don't want to be in hardship.
They're going to entice it right there in front of you.
Don't get you some butter and some salt and pepper, because a lot of y'all gonna be about to get into Uncle Beans.
Yeah, that's they and what they saying is they don't want nobody in poverty. So they you gotta do something strange. So you fathers. So you got to take that down, man. And you're going to get that universal, that, what you call it, brother?
Universal
Basic income.
That right there.
This ain't about keeping everybody.
Ben for sure.
Yeah, this ain't about keeping nobody out of poverty. This is about implementing control.
So they're gonna lie to you about that.
They use the sweet buttery ass words and they gonna stab people back.
Yeah, man. Esau, man, you think this man is gonna be righteous? You don't even have to break the law for this man to turn your Uncle Ben's off. He can just be in his feelings.
I don't like that nigga. That nigga was walking to me.
God bless you, brother. Thank you for spreading the word.
Hey,
God bless you. Y'all have a blessed
you as well, brother.
Keep your faith. That's all we got.
Yeah.
I love you, fam.
Spiritual, brother. All right, you as well.
Look at ELAM. They're like one of my neighbors.
Why they turn his head like that?
They do that.
They do that. That's their spirit. That's their spirit.
They proud as hell. They think we believe them. Nah, he's not on the side of the black.
I can't see it. If you was right here where I was at, like you,
I see what you're saying. Yeah, he was perfectly behind that box. But Jacob's being nicer to each other now, man.
I've been seeing
the
it.
unity is in the air.
Yeah, Jake said my word. Normally, a lot of Jakes, they don't say hi to each other or something like that. Now it's like, hey, what's up, brother? It's good,
You
brother.
know what I'm saying? They're in good spirit.
Yeah.
That's what an ass would be. Straight up, man, it's a good thing to see, man. I mean, it'll move you to tears sometimes, you know? Yeah. It's good to see Jake getting along, man, not at each other's throats, you know?
Yeah, that's part of the curses being put on Esau, and the curses slowly lifting up from us. They're not going to be lifted away from us until, matter of fact, I'm going to get it in Revelation 22. Yeah, no more curse. This is Revelation 22 and verse 1. And he showed me a pure river of water of life, clear as crystal, proceeding out of the throne of power and of the Lamb. What the? Phone at this.
That's how we put it, Israelites. Just to let y'all know, this is not for, it's not for all nations.
That's like it, y'all. My phone was messing up. I got it. Yeah, I got it right here. Revelation 22 and verse 1. And he showed me a pure river of water of life, clear as crystal, proceeding out of the throne of power and of the Lamb, and in the midst of the street of it, and on either side of the river was there the tree of life, which bare 12 manner of fruits, talking about the 12 tribes of Israel, and yielded their fruit every month, and the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations. You see, when we're in power, it's going to be peace, man. Everybody's going to follow the law, statutes, commandments. The food's going to be clean. The air's going to be clean. It's going to be peace. No more war. And there shall be no more curse, but the throne of power and of the Lamb shall be in it, and his servants shall serve him. You see? So when we're in the kingdom, that's when the curse is going to be lifted up from you. See? All right, right now what we're seeing is the curse slowly being lifted up from us and being put on Esau and Edom. That's why, he goes downtown, you seeing all these homeless Edomites walking around digging in the trash cans,
I feel like I see a lot more of them from Jacob.
Yeah, for real.
I don't want to see no homeless Jakes for real. Not like the Edomites.
Yeah, not like the Edomites.
I mean, I see them, but not as much as
Unless you go up to this, whatever, the highway right here by this speedway. It's like a mixture. It's like a whole bunch of Jacob East Edomites over there. But other than that, for the most part, I see a whole bunch of Edomites. Matter of fact, in the rich neighborhoods, they're not telling you this as well. Like the brother said, there's a bunch of crackheads. They starting to pop up. I've been seeing them, man. They starting to pop up.
They can't deal with reality. And there's another testament to the fact that the Lord is placing our curses on our enemies, because when Esau see Jacob getting along, that pisses him off. It makes him uncomfortable. It makes him afraid, because he always had that divide and conquer in place. You divide them, put them against each other, they ain't gonna be thinking about us, they're gonna be looking to destroy each other. But now they see the two sticks slowly coming together to that one stick, they get scared. What they bring it up?
Ezekiel 37 and 19. Say unto them, thus said the Lord God, behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel, his fellows, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in mine hand. All the tribes are come back together, baby. And let y'all be big to do about it. You can hand all you want.
Now, a stick can be also thought of as a weapon. Remember the Lord said he would turn us into a sharp thrusting instrument? So a stick can be a weapon. So yeah, that's got Esau kind of losing a little more sleep at night. We got to, if they come together against us, they already stronger than us. If they come together, it's over. Yeah, Esau losing sleep.
That's why he's making all these AI machines, robotics. He knows something's about to pop out.
All that AI shit is an extension of Esau himself.
Exactly.
But it ain't gonna work.
You got an AI cheese and rice. I'm like, how this man gonna try to teach mercy, justice, righteousness to a computer when he don't even know it?
Got a bunch of Zordons out here. AI, a bunch of Zordons.
A whole bunch of Terminator robots. Look at the Terminator series. What do those robots do? They just relentless murder. That's what Esau teaches his robots to do. You cannot program righteousness, morality, if you don't know it. Y'all depend on this AI bullshit you want to. But like the brother said, that's an extension of Esau. Like Wizard of Oz. That big ass screen with the wizard. It's Esau punk ass behind the curtain. Toto figured that out. But for some reason, third thing figured it out. Who's pulling the string? Who's on the other side of that computer screen that you call AI? Esau, man. It ain't hard to figure out.
It ain't hard to tell.
But you willfully ignorant, stay in your life, baby.
A lot of Jake's starting to find out about how Esau, they got places, that we can find out about, like what's it called, Prospect, out here in Louisville, we got these places in Louisville where we can find just, they doing that up, man.
Fatness of the earth.
You wouldn't even know it's open unless somebody told you.
Yeah.
Unless you were just driving.
You been hired these communities, these other business, man.
Yeah,
On the highlights.
man, I was delivering some packages, man. I came across him. Man, he living good. That boy living good.
But see, that's the thing with Esau, bro. This man got all the money he could ever want. He got all the earthly, tangible possessions he could ever want. He got the fatness of the earth, nice places to live. The one thing Esau can never buy, something he never controls, is time. You can't add more time to your rulership. The Lord is in control of that. Why? Because the Lord created time. Nice Mustang, though. That Mustang.
I love that. That's one of my favorites. 69 Mustang.
Yeah, that thing is cold. But yeah, Esau, that's one thing he cannot control. The Lord controls time because the Lord created time. He could not add more time to his rulership. That's what's going to frustrate him more. One of the major things.
Motherfucker, I got this in Sirach 12 and verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagined how to throw thee into a pit. You see that? He will weep with his eyes, but if he find the opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. Ooh, that's Esau Edom all the way. That's how you know when you read Sirach 12 and 10 on down, that's Esau Edom. He's not satisfied with blood. He will come with these fake tears. Or we come with these sweet, buttery words, and he's always imagining how to overthrow you. And like the brother said, man, he's living good. He got the fatness of the earth, and he's still trying to kill you.
All right, I got a precept. Isaiah 26:10. Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness in the land of uprightness. He will deal unjustly, and he will not behold the majesty of the Lord. You see, the wicked's in power, and they still ain't doing right, and they got the opportunity to do it. They're not going to do it.
See, that shows you how just and fair the Lord is. Because when this is over and done with, Esau will not be able to say that he wasn't given opportunity. And it also goes to show that he's unfit to rule. Because why? Look at what you do when you are given power. You want to murder everybody on the planet, everybody and everything. You want to defile everything. You want to destroy everything. So, if you all go into captivity, you will be in captivity knowing that you had your shot and you fucked up.
Matter of fact, they coined the year of the Bible in 1983. So you pretty much just put yourself in the coffin when you did that. When you said this was a Bible-believing country, but your ways are contrary to the Lord. Put yourself in the coffin, man.
So Eve showed and demonstrated that she's not worthy of power. Look at the dumb shit she does when she's granted just a little taste of power. I don't know. I think she's trying to outdo Esau with the wickedness.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's unfit to rule as well.
You join theirs and they about to fall down together.
They need to, bro. I mean, they need to learn together. It's like that family. They took that ass together. Y'all gonna learn together, Eve and Esau.
Y'all want to keep going or close out?
I got another script.
I just bring out Ezekiel 35:6. Love blood so much, our blood won't pursue him.
Yes, sir.
Ezekiel 35:6. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord God, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. And that's where we at right now. The blood is getting ready to pursue Esau. All the killing, stealing, everything that he's ever done, he's getting ready to come back and bite him in his ass.
Just remember, Esau. One drop, two drop. One drop, two drop. Every drop of Israelite blood you shed, you gotta shed too. Esau, he the only one that be pissed off at his own people. And ain't got no reason to be pissed off.
It's Saturday. Where you got to go?
I mean, this dude been in his feelings for 2,000 plus years, bro.
Perpetual hatred.
Everything ain't enough for you. If you got everything, that still ain't enough. I mean, ain't no pleasing this guy.
That's why Montgomery thing, man, that shows you that the Lord is this is Nahum chapter 1, verse 3. It says the Lord is slow to anger and great in power and will not at all quit the wicked. The Lord hath his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and cloud in the dust of his peace in the Lord, and you forget the wicked man which are his. He's ain't gonna let you off, he ain't gonna let you go.
Yeah, they're gonna let you get it.
Yeah, but for some reason in Esau's mind, he done made up his mind to believe the lie that they will go unpunished.
What it said in Psalms, he said in his heart that he don't believe he's gonna go to prison.
All the go there, just long for work. Those men that do it good, yeah, y'all can let them.
He wasn't going to prison,
All you gotta do is just vote.
and we be out here preaching. That's a testimony to you can go down from. Because if we back in the 1940s and 50s, we don't be able to be out here.
No, man, we'll be too scared.
Yeah. The Lord don't got that spirit of fear on us no more. You know, security checks, that's how long we don't want to live. These checks nowadays, they ain't scared of shit.
See, the thing is, well, I take that back. It's not that we would have been too scared because Nat Turner pulled of a vote.
Yeah.
The thing is, it wasn't time. We didn't have the true name. Only power comes from his true name. There's no power behind Jesus Christ. So we wouldn't have had the confidence that we have now because of the fact that we know the true name. The true names embolden us because we know that what we're reading is true. We know what's about to happen to y'all is true. So we don't have any fear because of the power in the names. It all starts in the name. That's why I ask brothers all the time. They try to come at us like they're Israelites. We ask them, what's his name? What's his son's name? They come with the wrong name. They come with the wrong doctrine. The doctrine starts with the names. That's all it starts.
Right, the Lord allowed me to start to basically look up those things and allow us to read right so we can get this truth. Because if we still weren't able to do that, how would we be able to preach the truth? We wouldn't be able to.
It's like how priest ARAM said in one of his videos. If he was smart, he saw you would have burnt the book.
Verse books, yep. Nah, you just had to claim that you were the people of the Lord. Keep on lying to these people.
Well, it was too much of it for him to be burned anyway. It was too much. Too much evidence.
I mean, even if he would have tried to burn all the books, which he could not do, they're still relics. Still, still got scrolls. You know, You got people's testimony passed down, mouth to mouth. I mean, they were speaking it. It wasn't written. So I mean, even if you wanted to, you couldn't get rid of all the evidence. It points to who we really are.
Yeah,
it points to who you really are.
Even in slavery, you still had that remnant that knew who we were.
Yeah.
And that was, like the brother said, passed mouth to mouth, generation to generation. We may not have like the whole truth thing because we were in slavery, but it's still being passed on. I believe that's why you had what they call like the covenant keepers or something like that. When they were calling after the ways of the issues. And then the Lord allowed the truth to manifest it and turn to what it is now.
He broke off on
Abba Bivens broke off from the bill.
Like how we said, he was smart, he would have burnt the book, man. That's what they messed up at, man. And a couple of them hanging around.
Nah, he did. He got the slave Bibles, remember?
Oh, yeah. Because that's when he removed a whole bunch of books. He removed one of them was the Apocrypha.
Bible destruction.
Yeah.
That's where you messed up.
It's just done because, going back to slavery, like Esau will have that one clue, Jacob. But if you show him a lot of stuff that he's supposed to know, if the Spirit's on him, the Spirit on him, he might start telling other Jakes, this is what the master be doing, this is what he got hidden from God. If that's on the Spirit to do that. You tell Jake too much, some people might be doing that. They tell Jake too much, and they start, passing it down orally to the other Jakes.
That's what you see with some of these celebrities. They may not be in the truth, but they are privy. A lot of them actually know about the truth.
Yeah, that's why they go harder in wickedness. Prove to their bosses, the elites, their handlers, we still ride the truth. Prime example, Kyrie Irving. This dude that saved his face.
Man.
Prime example of what I was just talking about.
I'm like, come on, bro. Come on.
Cheese in the cheesy as hell in the face of the picture.
He does not look manly at all. He looks like a little child.
No,
He looks old. He looks like he's about 80 now.
And see, the thing is, before he even shaved his beard off, when he was catching all this heat, they said that he gave a generous contribution to Islam.
Islam and the issues.
He did that. Well, I don't know if he did it or the elites. I'm sure the elites, his handlers. But they had to do something to show the public that he had separated himself from the truth. So that's when they came out and said that he made that contribution to the Muslims. You don't care.
That's why the scriptures say, like the brother quoted earlier, called out earlier, it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle and then for a rich man to enter into the kingdom, because he knows the truth. He knows about the Israelites.
Yeah, what the Lord did this for.
Yep. And he chose his guide. This guy is that money. Because what he should have done is what brothers have done in this truth. They have talents. All of us have talents. But we chose YASHAMIAHLA to be our guide.
Yeah. He wanted you to make that choice. To see what you was going to choose. Are you going to choose eternal life, salvation? Or are you going to choose this fake monopoly money that's about to be running up the rest of our shit? That's going to really define your intent.
Leo, he just apologized.
Oh, yeah. What's he doing against the fruity peppers?
Yeah, he
And then they had to make him apologize.
Got his ass literally.
Ray J ass. Ray J did the same thing. We got to get the real niggas to come together with the gay niggas. Man, you sound like an idiot. Who else did some dumb shit?
Yeah, they made Jamie Foxx apologize because apparently he said,
they strung up the Lord or
yeah,
something like that.
what do you think they're going to do to you? And they got to figure that. It's the truth. They strung up the Lord. Not the people, but y'all did strung up the Lord.
They did that to condition the They don't want nothing to say. Whether it's true or false, they don't care. They don't want nothing to say about those things. So that's how they condition. And at the same time, taking your freedom of speech. You can't talk about those 48ers. You can't talk about these proud people.
Ooh, with that, we're going to have to close out with that one. So, whoa, it's edifying. I want to give all praises going on to the policies, sponsor the elders, a great millstone of the well, who talks his truth, and the YASHAMIAHLA.